to know about you and Cassandra's little problems.
No, good. Because otherwise I would... What problems? Me and Cassandra haven't got any problems.
That's not what you said to me the other night.
All right, so there's been one or two minor hiccups in a bedroom department, but they're personal, and I told you in confidence.
All right. I'm not going to be telling him about chiffons and things. And I won't tell him what Cassandra wears either.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It's been a particularly busy morning. Now, I've got all the basic details about your business career, etc. But what I'd like to do is to get an insight into the real you. How you started, how you became so successful, but more importantly, your lives and your raison d'être.
Oh, yeah. Laboratory Garni.
So, in your own words and in your own time.
Well, where shall I start, Justin? Well, up to a few years ago, we were just very ordinary people living, well, very ordinary lives, weren't we, Ronnie? And then, as you know, one day I discovered an historic and almost priceless artefact. Anyway, at first we didn't know what to do with it.
That's right. To begin with, we thought about donating it to the British Museum as a national treasure.
Yeah, and then we decided to flog it. So, before you know, Rodders and me have come in nigh on £6.5 million. Well, after we divvied the dosh up, like, you know, we're making sure that our Uncle Albert got a nice little drink. But we thought of others first. We donated to charity. Anonymously, of course. So eventually we had to start thinking about our future. So we sought out this city stockbroker, and he advised us to invest in a new and vibrant venture.
It was the Central American market. It was attracting massive funds from all over the world.
We were making more money than the Royal Mint.
But we weren't flash.
Oh, no, we weren't flash.
I mean, even when we went away on business, we always took the family with us.
There would be me and Raquel, my significant other, and, of course, Rodney, Cassandra. Cheers. And not forgetting my young son, Damien. He's in bed, isn't he, eh?
She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I feel a premonition, that girl's gonna make me fall. She's into sensation, she's got new addictions for every day and night.
Oh, Mr. Trotter. It's good to see you again.
On est de douche, Dominique.
Adele, you've got to have a word with Damien. People are complaining. Oh no, what's he done now? He's just weed in the swimming pool.
I'll leave it out, Cassandra. All little boys do a jolly catch in a swimming pool, don't they?
Yes, but not from the top of the 4-metre diving board.
Two little git. This is the bizzo anyway, Rodders.
It's not too bad, is it?
Old Uncle Albert, he'd love it here, wouldn't he?
Mind you bet your life he's been here before, eh? Still, he's happy down there on the coast, isn't he? Right next door to the sea. And he's living in sin with old Elsie Partridge, his girlfriend.
His girlfriend? Do me a favour. I heard that she was the one that cut the ribbon on the opening of Stonehenge.
Yeah, well, at least we haven't got to sit through the Battle of the Baltic every night, eh?
No.
During the war.
Yeah, right, during the war. Hey, come on, Rodders, I feel lucky tonight.
Oh, no, I can't, mate. What? I promised Cassandra. No gambling, no discos, no talking to women, and no boozing.
But what she meant was not to exist. You're not on probation, are you? Come on, I'll treat us to a few bottles of champagne just to get us started. Hey, you're in the water. You're in the water. I was aboard. It's a battle cruiser. And then, just as everything seemed to be going so well, something terrible happened.
Negotiations between the Central American countries had collapsed.
Yeah, we was wiped out. Nicht the coin. We'd even paid for the hotel on a credit card which had now been withdrawn.
But Derek is, if nothing else, a very creative businessman, and he came up with a solution to our dilemma.
It's time to go. Care to follow me, gentlemen? How long did it take for the news to hit the UK?
About as long as it took for someone to push a button on the internet. Suddenly, all our so-called business associates wouldn't return our calls. We were cast in a financial wilderness.
Yeah, but fortunately we come from a strong community, and when all our old friends from Beckham heard the news, well, they was as gutted as us.
There's a name that crops up every now and then. Michael Fisher, landlord of a public house, the Nag's Head, Beckham. What part did he play in the proceedings?
Well, Mike invested his life savings in our venture.
He actually remortgaged the pub.
I see. And will Mr. Fisher be giving evidence?
No, he's in prison. He's waiting trial. The fraud squad claims that he tried to recoup his losses by embezzling the brewery. Well, never was a man more innocent.
I take it Mr. Fisher will be pleading not guilty.
No, he confessed to everything.
Sake, Denzel, sit down. You're wearing the marble out.
I can't help it, can I? Never been a character witness before.
You think we have?
I'm worried. I think Del's made a terrible mistake.
Well, of course he's made a terrible mistake. That's why he's in court.
No, I mean having you four as character witnesses. It's like inviting the Manson family to dinner.
Well, we saw Del and Rodney earlier. They seemed quietly confident. They've arranged to meet Raquel and Cassandra for a celebration lunch, so I'd avoid Pizza Hut if I were you.
Del was not confident, he was deeply worried. I mean, he didn't even touch me up.
I'm the one with the most to worry about.
Why?
Because I'm managing the Nag's Head until Mike is released. But how exactly do I know what he got up to?
Yeah, I mean, how does Sid know Mike didn't post-date his fiddles so the police will think they're Sid's fiddles?
There's nothing to be nervous about, Denzel. All you've got to do is go in there and tell the truth.
Truth. If I go in there and tell the truth, Del and Rodney are going to be spending the next 5 years sharpening Jeffrey Archer's pencils.
What are you going to do in there, Trig?
I'm going to tell them I hear voices.
You're not on trial. You're a character witness.
No. But I hear voices.
Oh, God. It's going to be one of them days.
I noticed that your respective properties were company-owned, so you both lost your homes.
Yes. I had a lovely little place right on the river.
Yeah, well, I had an estate, didn't I, with peacocks and everything. Anyway, at least we weren't homeless. Due to my foresight some years previously, I had bought another property, so at least we had somewhere to live.
Yeah. It's called our old flat, Nelson Mandela House. It just goes to show you how our fortunes altered. I mean, suddenly everything had changed.
Yeah.
All our good luck turned to bad. Every day there was more rows, there was more bad news. We thought things couldn't possibly get worse. Oh boy, how wrong we were.
Good evening, and welcome to the quiz comedy show that everyone is talking about. This is the fastest game show on TV. This is Monday, this is Live, this is Jonathan Ross, and this is Gold Rush.
It's no good looking at me with that Anne Robinson face.
I'll look at you any way I like.
At least I am trying to do something about it.
And what exactly are you doing?
I'm after a stockbroker.
You've already got a stockbroker.
That is the one I'm after. Why didn't he tell me that the stock market was going to crash?
He phoned you at least 6 times. Phoned you on the Monday and said he had to speak to you urgently, but you were too busy to speak to him.
Well, I was water skiing.
You just wasted our bloody birthrights.
And then, Trotter's independent traders hired a helicopter to fly to Nice to collect some magazines.
Unbelievable.
That was you.
Well, I'm a big man, I've got broad shoulders. The buck stops here. I take full responsibility, even though it was Rodney's fault.
How the hell was it my fault?
You were the company's director of administration.
That just meant Rodney organised the Christmas parties.
Yeah, they were about as exciting as a Buddhist hen night.
You were the managing director, you were the chairman, you were the chief executive, and you were the president.
Oh, it's my fault now, is it?
Either you or this is the Chinese year of the dodo.
Wait a minute. You can't lay all the blame at Derek's door. I know it's tempting.
So why is it whenever we've got something good going, anything that remotely resembles a future, he noses it up?
That's just the way he is.
Thank you.
And it's unfair of you to blame Rodney for all of this. After all, he is your brother.
Yes, and just like a brother, he's let me down all his life.
Oh, is that right? Well, if I've always been such a letdown, why did you insist on having me around?
To keep my promise to Mum. And you never know when you might need some bone marrow. Cassandra, answer that phone, will you please?
Yes, sir. Straight away, sir.
Don't worry, this time next year we're going to be millionaires.
This time last week we were millionaires!
I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Well, go in the kitchen then. Don't worry. Look, I've worked it all out. I'm serious. I've worked out a way in which we can make £100,000. Now, invest that wisely.
Invest that wisely?
Invest it wisely, and before you know where you are, you and I can buy a nice little gaff each.
All right. Go on then. What's the plan?
Well, I wasn't going to say nothing, right, but, well, okay. You ready? I'm going to apply to go on that new game show, The Gold Rush. Did I say something amusing?
Derek, last night one of the questions was, who introduced the potato to England? And you said King Edward.
I didn't hear the question properly.
No. If you want to appear on the telly, why don't I try for something more simple? Like go on Stars in Their Eyes as Barry White.
Del, it's Elsie Partridge's son.
What do you want?
It's Uncle Albert. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Elsie was in that rest home, weren't she, for the last 6 months?
But he had all her family around him.
Yeah, he was having
I wish that we'd taken him with us when we went to Barbados and all them other places.
Well, we did ask. But if you remember, the ancient mariner, who'd been round the world more times than a Russian satellite, never had a passport.
I bet they didn't find that out. Our work would have been in right trouble. Hey, Rodney. Yeah, old sod. Only had his own monogrammed brandy glass, didn't he?
Yeah, he loved his cognac, didn't he? Just to keep the old colds at bay, eh? Remember? Oh, pardon me, I'm Roland. I was married to Albert's niece, Eileen.
This is my brother, Rodney.
Rodney?
Yeah, and Cassandra, come and say hello. This is Cassandra, Rodney's wife. Hello. And Damien, it's my son, Damien. And this is
Raquel. And this is Derek, my significant other.
Nice to meet you all. Well, I suppose we'll all miss him in our way, eh?
Yeah, missing him already.
I'll tell you one thing we won't miss, though. All those bloody wartime sagas.
Actually, Roland, we used to love hearing about his past.
That's right. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah, but God, he did go on, though, didn't he? He never bloody stopped.
Yeah, well, you'd have to blame me for that one, Roland. You see, I used to love them stories. I loved them so much that when he got to the point and said, and then Germany surrendered, I'd say, tell us about the day that war was declared, and he'd start all over again and go right the way through it. We'd stay up all night sometimes, wouldn't we, Rodney?
Yeah, well, more fool you, Derek. I used to just tell him straight. I'd say, oi, knock off the John Wayne stuff. To hear you go on, you'd think you'd won the war all by yourself.
Yeah, well, in many ways, that's true. Because everyone involved was fighting their own individual war, wasn't they?
Yeah, yes. You've got to remember that a lot of blokes lost their lives for our liberty, just so that 50 years later, brats like you would have the freedom to knock 'em. All right? All right?
Take it easy, Del.
I'll tell you what, Roland, have they got a garden here? Because I think you and I ought to go outside and have a more detailed chat. I'll take...
Go on, Dad, take him.
I didn't mean to upset anybody.
Calm down.
The hearse is on its way.
I'll go and get a reef. Okay, so you just...
All right, Rodney, all right.
Have you calmed down?
Yes, all right, sweetheart. I'll tell you another thing. None of the others have bothered to turn up, have they, eh? Boise, Marlene, Denzel, Trigger, that lot. Oh, don't worry, Del boy, we'll be there. You know, pay our last respect. Well, where are they? You'd have thought Sid would have put in an appearance. I mean, he was in the war. Oh, he's in that pub and he's making too much money.
Well, maybe they have problems. It is a bit of a journey.
I'll tell you what, good old Mike would have made more of an effort to get here, and he's in the nick.
Come on, you. Outside.
I'm sorry. Again, I really didn't mean to offend anybody.
It's okay. His emotions running a bit high, that's all.
Yeah. I bet old Bunny's up there having a right laugh at us, eh?
I bet he is. Bunny?
Yeah, Albert.
Why'd you call him Bunny?
Well, that's what they called him in the RAF, didn't they? Because his surname was Warren.
Is that a Spitfire, Dad?
We're at the wrong funeral.
Gentlemen, you have my deepest sympathy for your loss, but I must bring you back to the matter in hand. Are there any mitigating circumstances you'd like me to inform the court of?
Oh, yes. You must remember to tell them that we were slaves to detail. wouldn't we, Rodney?
Absolutely. We made certain that we always got our checks off to the Inland Revenue on time.
Always.
Be upstanding. The Inland Revenue versus Trotters Independent Traders.
Fair dues, they bounced, but they was always on time.
Don't believe it. Where'd you get all this crap from? I thought they were going to bang you up.
Well, you was wrong, weren't you, rat boy? Tolerated on responsibility.
So you both got off?
Not quite. You sit down, I'll get you a cup of tea.
No, I need something stronger than tea, Raquel.
What happened, Dad?
The court declared me bankrupt.
Does that mean you're going to prison?
No! Well, not yet. Does he keep going on about prison?
No, all his mates' dads are doing time, he feels left out.
David, go to your room and tidy it.
I did it this morning.
Well, go and tidy it again. So, what exactly does it mean?
It means that the Inland Revenue give you a year to pay off your debt.
Then they come in and take all your goods. Well, anything of any value.
So it won't affect us then?
We have got something of value, Raquel. You're sitting in it. This flat, it's our home. They'll steal the roof from over our heads.
Oi, you take it from me, that is not going to happen, Derek.
Well, have you got an idea then, Rodney?
No, I mean, you've had it on the market for 5 years and no one's even looked at it.
That's because I had it up for its true value. They'll come along and auction it for a third of its price.
So what are we going to do then?
Suppose you could always look for a job. Trigger said they're recruiting down at his depot. The pay's not too bad either. I know it's only road sweeping, but...
She's right, though.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'll help you fill in your application form if you like.
Me?
You can't expect Dale to go out sweeping the roads. Not at his age. I was talking about you.
Me?
Oh, come on. Can you honestly see Rodney pushing a broom around?
It's all right, they give training.
So, how much do you actually owe the taxman?
48,750.
4.
What?
48,754.
4.
Plus interest.
Oh, well. Never really liked this place anyway.
What have you done now? You've upset her, haven't you?
What, by adding 4 quid?
No, it was Dopey there talking about interest. It's got her all worried.
Oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Good.
I'm going to have a shower.
Yeah, well, don't use all the hot water. It's all right, sweetheart. Now, come on. We'll soon be back on our feet again.
How? You owe nearly £49,000 plus interest.
Yeah, it's not a very good start, I must admit. No, let me do that. Go on, you get some plates out. Anyway, it's going to be all right. I worked it all out. I'm a trader, ain't I, eh? I've been trading all my life since I was 12. I could sell rice to the Chinese. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to trading. I'm going to work for a little local firm.
Yeah? Like who?
It's called Trotters Independent Traders.
What are you talking about? The firm's been liquidised. Or liquidated, or whatever the stupid word is.
No. The firm can go on trading. It's just I've been disqualified from running it. That doesn't mean to say that I can't work for it. All we need is a new managing director.
Oh, God, I actually got excited then. Derek, who is going to be stupid enough to take over Trotters Independent Trading?
Right, Rodders, there you go. Get it down your neck.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do, Rodney.
Right, me neither.
I mean, here I am, disqualified from running my own company. If I take out a loan, the taxman will nick me. If I work in cash, the customs and excise will nick me. My credit rating is so low I can't even pay with money. If only there was some way in which we could carry on trading.
Yeah.
No, it's no use you trying to cheer me up, Rodney. No, I'm afraid the company's finished. It's gone. Trotters Independent Traders is no more. It's kaput. It's dead. Dead as the emu. Well, that's not strictly true, is it? I mean, the company can still operate. It's just that I'm banned from running it.
I know.
If only there was someone out there, Rodney, who could take over the firm, someone young and enthusiastic, someone full of enthusiasm and ideas, eh? I wonder who.
Young and energetic, with ideas and enthusiasm. Hang on a minute.
You fought as someone, Rodney?
Oh no, he emigrated, didn't he? There might be one person, Del.
Whom?
No.
You? How do you mean, Rodney?
Look, right? You've been made bankrupt, right? And are therefore not allowed to run a company, right? I haven't.
No, you got me all confused.
Let me explain in simple terms, right? Legally, there is nothing to stop me taking over Trotter's Independent Traders.
Wait a minute, let me see if I've got this right. What you're saying is that you could run the firm.
By George, I think he's got it.
Brilliant idea, Rodney. Argent, competent, as they say in Cairns. Right, we'll tell you what we do. We go down and see our lawyer tomorrow, go straight round Company's house, and make you the new managing director. Rodney... Hey, Raquel, guess what? Rodney has only come up with a brilliant idea to save the family. He's going to be the new managing director of Trotter's Independent Traders. I'm going to be in charge of sales, purchasing and finance, that's all.
Congratulations, Rodney. I'm surprised you didn't think of that, Del.
Yeah, no, that's just what I was thinking.
Damien, go open that keyhole.
He's a lad, isn't he, hey?
The world's full of surprises, isn't it? Look at that. Nicky Pearce has learnt to read.
Trotter's Independent Traders, now under new management. Managing Director, Rodney Trotter. You seen this? Rodney Trotter's a Managing Director.
Yeah, and Cliff Richards on 40 silk cut a day.
No, it's true. Have a look.
Consultancy and party planning.
Yeah, do you remember their last two? Depressing, weren't it?
That was Albert's funeral.
No, I'm talking about Rodney's wedding.
I'm going to give him a call. Wind him right up.
Leave him alone, he's doing his best.
Yeah, and they just suffered the setback, losing all the money and Dell being made bankrupt.
Yeah, don't you think it'd be a rather insensitive act on your part, McGee?
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yeah, I'll use my phone.
We're going out in a minute to celebrate Daddy's new job with Uncle Rodney. Get yourself ready and go over to Wesley's flat. We'll come and collect you later.
Yeah, don't force me. Picture me going, it's hungry.
Hey. You don't stop listening to that gangster rat. I'm going to give you a rat right round your lug hole. Now, go on, go and get yourself ready. Go on, off you go.
Honky.
Rat boy.
Honky.
You ready, Rodney?
I'm waiting for Cassandra. She's just getting
Come on, hurry up, darling.
dressed.
Very nice.
I don't believe you did that. Bloody hell, we're not even going out with you.
Why not?
Because we're going out on our own. Cassandra suggested it. I think me becoming managing director has made a difference. Well, they say that power is an aphrodisiac, don't they?
Yeah, well, I must say she's bubbling.
Yeah, well, I'm taking her out to a club. See, first thing we did when we met was dance, so I thought, it might rekindle those old memories.
Now you want to take her out to dinner. There's a nice new place opened down Jomo Kenyatta Grove.
No, you don't understand, see, because dancing is the human form of the mating ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. That is if you are a good dancer.
I'm a good dancer.
You're not. You're not a good dancer. I saw you dancing in that disco in Monte Carlo. You look like Billy Elliot with worms. Mind you, if what I've seen in there is anything to go by, you're on a winner tonight.
Look, will you stop talking about my wife and her Really?
G-string? It's more like dental floss.
Evening, Del.
Oh, hello, Trick. Come in. Just go and jolly Raquel up. Raquel, will you hurry up? I'll have to have another shave in a minute.
All right, Dave?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you, Trigger. So, we doing it, Trick?
Well, Dale said he'd give me a lift to the pub.
Oh, right. But you live closer to the pub than us.
I know.
you have to walk past the pub to get to this.
Yeah, but Del said he'd give me a lift.
Right.
You put a bit of music on, Dave?
Yes. Mozart's Symphony No. 38 in D major. I find it helps me unwind, you know. Eases my executive stress.
And there are no words to this, Dave.
No, there's no words to it, no. Sort of instrumental.
Cal, I'm giving you 2 minutes, I'm going on my own. God dear. What's this?
It's Mozart's Symphony No. 38 in D major. It's a karaoke version.
Cassandra, answer that phone, will you, please? Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'll organise your bloody appointment book for you in a minute. Trotter's Independent Traders, how may I help you?
That is one moody mare, that is, isn't it?
Can you blame her? You're treating her like she's your personal secretary and you've just had a butcher's at her drawers.
The only reason I like Cassandra to answer the phone is because she's got a nice voice. Anyway, if you two weren't so proud, you and her could be living in her mum and dad's house.
God, we've been through all this before. We're happy here. Well, we're here anyway. I'm running the firm now. Cassandra's applied for her old job back at the bank, so eventually we might have enough money to get our own place.
I don't know who it is. Sounds foreign. Says he wants to speak to the boss.
Excuse me. I'm the boss now.
Sorry, I keep forgetting.
Bloody hell, I knew it was lonely at the top. I didn't think it'd be this quick.
I'll get you a beer, Treat.
Trotter's Independent Traders, how may we help you?
Good evening. I am wishing to speak with Managing Director.
Yes, this is he. My name is Rodney Trotter. I'm the Managing Director.
I am representative of Sultan of Brunei.
You never guess she's on the phone. It's only the Sultan of Brunei.
Yeah, right.
My name is Asif Hassan.
Well, it's very nice to speak with you, sir.
There you go, Treat. Who are you talking to?
The Sultan of Brunei.
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, come on, you.
And how may I be of assistance, sir?
You have advertisement in newspaper, and His Highness, he would like to talk with you.
See my advert.
Oh, yeah. Sultan of Brunei reads the Peckham Echo, does he? What a Moby. If you get me another brush, I can do your other hand for you.
Go away. His Highness, he would like you to fly to Brunei and be his consultant.
No problem. And what exactly would you like to consult with me about?
Recently, His Highness bought a crappy old three-wheeled van. And he wants to know how to start it on cold mornings.
Yeah, I had you going there, didn't I? No, I knew it was you all along. I was just winding you up. Oh, shove it, will you? Just shove it.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
What's happened?
Well, Dave's just had a big row with the Sultan of Brunei.
Yeah, right.
Cass, I'd like us to try for a baby.
Rodney, some restaurants don't like that sort of thing.
No, I didn't mean in here, on the table. So,
We weren't very successful at it last time, were we?
it'll be different next time. Take it from me, I know about these things.
What about, the way things are?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up. Recently, I bought this magazine.
I hate it when you buy those magazines.
What's that sort of magazine?
You always end up making comparisons and that sort of thing.
Look, it is a man's magazine, but not that sort. It's serious. Well, there's a fella writing in there who's an expert on marital problems. And he's developed this psychological healing process. I'd like us to try it, Cass. You never know, do you?
So, who is he?
Well, he's American, West Coast. And he reckons that most couples' troubles stem from bygone days. You know, all them things in the past.
Like the childish way you used to behave?
Yeah, that's... sort of thing, yeah. He calls that memory baggage.
How do we unload this memory baggage?
We become different people.
Different people?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to go to a plastic surgeon or nothing. It's simply remembering to forget. To forget who you were and become reborn. This clinic's called fantasy therapy.
Wait a minute. Does this involve dressing up?
Of course it does. It's all based on a theory known as iconoclastic autosuggestion.
Sorry?
It's the subconscious rejecting reality and something else. Basically, each person writes down their fantasy figure, and then the other person, just for a little while, becomes that figure.
And it doesn't involve dressing up?
Absolutely not. No, it's all up here. See, we suspend reality, and then we create our own little make-believe world. What do you think, Cass? Are you at least willing to give it a try?
All right, then.
Yeah? Well, no, that's good. That's very healthy.
It does involve dressing up, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for it.
Because me. Right. You write down yours, okay? And I'll write down mine.
I never watched the bill.
I've got some on tape. Yeah, probably.
Right. Your turn.
I didn't know you fancied him.
Oh, yeah. A little bit.
Bloody hell, Cass, how am I supposed to be him?
Dunno. I don't care. Rodney, to hell with putting clothes on. Let's go home and take some off.
Yeah, right. Bill, please. Hurry it up.
I thought you two would be in bed.
Yeah, we're just going. Good night.
Oh, good. Hey, you never guessed who phoned for you earlier? Richard Branston. No, of course it was. I'm not going to kill that bloody Mickey Pierce.
No, yeah, well, see you then.
Yeah, see you. I couldn't sleep.
No?
No.
Oh, well, night.
Right, no. I was lying in bed there, you know. I was thinking about all the family, you know, about Mum and Uncle Albert.
Yeah, well, night then.
You're that old bed, you know. If that bed could speak, it can half tell some tales, couldn't it? Yeah, old Grandad had his first fit in that bed. Of course, then there was Uncle Albert. Uncle Albert slept in that for years, didn't he? Do you remember him there? Snoring, tossing and turning, and, you know, scratching his old beard. A lot of history in that bed. Yeah, anyway, good night.
Well, try and imagine what it's like. We're lying there in bed, and all we can hear is you watching the telly. I mean, it's not just you. No, it's Raquel and Damien and all these friends and Trigger and anyone else who comes into the flat any time of the day or night. The flat's overcrowded, Del.
The flat's always been overcrowded. I mentioned it to the council once, and they said it was designed to be overcrowded.
Cassie and I can't help thinking that if we can hear you, you can hear us.
No, I never heard a sound from your room.
Exactly.
While we're at it, this ain't gonna solve anything.
I know. I just get so wound up sometimes. It's water.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. You should have a proper drink.
Now, years ago, I may have given in to that sort of temptation, but not now. I'm a different bloke now. Much stronger. Got much more. Go on in, small one.
All you know makes sense. Oi, darling, let's have a couple of scotches, please. So, you know, how can I help?
Go out. All of you. Just leave me and Cass on our own for once.
Rodney, this must be your lucky day. I wasn't going to say nothing, you know, not yet, because it's supposed to be a secret. But I'm taking Damien and Raquel out next Thursday.
Really?
That means you'll have the whole evening to yourself.
Cheers, Del. You are a diamond.
At least give us a clue.
Well, all I say is this is a night that you will never forget. Other than that, I'm not saying anything. Just sit back in comfort and enjoy the evening. Oh, yeah, what did Monkey Harry say?
How do you mean?
What do you mean, how do you mean? I asked you to phone Monkey, didn't I? Say yes.
Oh, I forgot, Del. I'm sorry, what we're getting ready. Oh, was it important?
Was it important? Just hang about a minute, Driver. Of course it was important. He's had a consignment of those electronic personal organisers coming, and they're selling like crazy. He's got another 200, and I want to put my name on them before tomorrow, because they'll all be gone. Oh, Raquel, you really let me down on this one.
You dish man, woman, you can't do simple thing.
Oh, God. Oh. It's not going up. We're being raided. You, Cassandra! Oh, I thought you was a real policewoman. You nearly gave me a Connery out there.
You said you was going out.
No, I went out.
What are you doing here then?
I'll come back. Why are you dressed like that?
Like what?
Like a couple of wallies.
What, like this? Don't be naive, Derek. Can you believe him?
Isn't it obvious?
Well, it may be to some people, darling, but I'm not from the planet Dippy.
Derek, Cassandra and I
We're
simply...
going to a fancy dress party.
Yes.
Oh, I see, right. Who are you supposed to be?
That one from the bill.
Who, Reg Hollis?
What's her name?
I don't know.
Well, whoever you are supposed to be, darling, you look very, very nice. You know, a little bit scary, but very nice. And, And you, Rodders? What about you?
What about me?
Who are you supposed to be?
Russell Crowe.
Pardon?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe? You look more like Spartacus with piles.
Look, it is a simple fancy dress party, that's all.
Oh, a bit early for a fancy dress party, isn't it? You know, 5:30.
Yeah, it's a bit early, yeah, that's because it's early fancy dress party.
My ex-boss at the bank invited us. He can't have late parties. People have to be up for work early in the morning.
Oh, right, yeah, well, bit of a choker, isn't it, bruv? You were hoping for a bit of fun and games tonight. No, bad luck, brother. Go on, then.
Go on, then what?
Go on, off you go, I'll look up.
Well, no, it's all right. We're in no hurry.
Oh, come on, Rodney, look. Cassandra wants her old job back at the bank. What's it going to look like if she turns up late for her boss's party? I mean, that won't go down very well, will it? Come
on, you've got to go and make a big impression. Yeah, look, you can borrow the old Capri. Right.
Thanks, Del.
No, come on, you're family. Go on, you two, go off and have some fun. Just a second, Rodney. Here you go. Don't want you to get rusty. Come on, monkey. Got to be away by 6, hurry up.
What in God's name are we going to do? I mean, people might see us.
Well, there's nothing strange in a policewoman walking on the estate.
What about me? I look like Biddle in a Mac.
Well, I'll just say I've arrested you.
For what?
There must be a law against going around dressed like that.
Oh, no.
Hurry up, Daddy Trevor's got another job to go to.
Pervert.
You're still here? Oh, thank God, I thought you'd gone. That's not. I know that you want to go to this fancy dress party. I just remembered something. Look, I don't want to spoil your fun, but I was just wondering, would you mind if you didn't go?
No trouble at all.
Anything.
Oh, right. Good. Listen. Thing is, Rodney, I'm expecting a very, very important phone call tonight. I want you to answer it. You're not going out this evening, are you?
Absolutely not. No, don't worry. We'll go to the bank's next party, won't we?
Good for you, Prav. You're 42 cash, 42. I'll be back about midnight. Oh, and Russell Crowe, yeah. Right, Daffy Duck.
Of the quiz show that is taking the country by storm. Not this country, but we're big in Bosnia and we're massive in Macedonia. This is the show where you can win anything from £1 to £100,000. This is the fastest game show on TV. This is Thursday, this is live, this is Jonathan Ross, and this is Gold Rush. By meeting our 3 lucky contestants. Now, first up, we have Mike Wallace from Merseyside. Mike is a financial advisor, married with 2 horses, and his pastimes include golf, real ale, and dressage. I think I've seen dressage on the Olympics, Mike. It's like rodeo on Prozac, isn't it? That's Mike Wallace, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have Janice Scott from Newquay. Janice is married to Ian and has a 3-year-old daughter named Meryl. Her hobbies are rock climbing and amateur opera. Wow, and she's only 3, Janice. That's really impressive. Come on, this is class. And finally, we have Derek Trotter from Peckham. Derek is a businessman who lives with Raquel, his significant other. He has an 11-year-old son named Damien, and his pastimes include fine wines, the theatre, and 16th century Italian Renaissance art. They're our contestants, ladies and gentlemen. We start with the timed round, so let's see who's got the fastest finger.
Rodney.
Whose famous diary recorded the plague and the Great Fire of London?
Mrs. Dale's.
Nice try, Del, but I'm afraid that's not right. You're frozen now at the back of the queue. Janice.
Is it? Bridget Jones, Jonathan.
Getting so close, Janice, but fine. You go to the back, Del, you move up 1 place. Mike, get this right, and you'll be the first challenger on the Rainbow Road. And what's at the end of the rainbow?
You can know it, Jonathan. It's Adrian Mole.
Oh, bad luck, Mike. It was Samuel Pepys. You go to the back of the queue now. Everyone else moves forward 1 place, which means that Derek is going to be the first challenger on the Rainbow Road. Del, come and join me in the middle. Now, first things first, Del. Here's your pound. Whatever else happens, that's yours, and welcome to the BBC.
Just make sure it ain't no Irish, eh?
Now, the rules are are simple, which I think is probably just as well. You'll be given a series of questions, each one having a multiple choice of 3 possible answers. With each correct answer that you give, you move to another colour of the rainbow, and the prize money increases right the way up to the gold question, which is worth £100,000.
Lovely jubbly.
But you also have a number of options to help you on your way, okay? You have a shot in the dark, you have an SOS, or you can drop one. Oh, this is class! Where do we get them? But be warned, Janice and Mike can play their aces at any time, Derek, and challenge you. So, if you're ready, let's play Gold Rush. You have 20 seconds left. Which is the highest mountain in Africa? Kilimanjaro or Fuji?
It's Kilimanjaro. Any idiot knows that.
Well, I didn't. Denzel, anybody coming back from Ibiza with a duty-free brain cell knows it's Kilimanjaro. But this is Derek Trotter.
I'm going to go with Kilimanjaro.
Derek, that's the right answer!
I thought it was, Jonathan, because I know that Fuji make cameras, don't they?
Let's move up to the next colour and take a look at the £2,000 question. Del, you're doing really well. Now, Janice has just challenged you. She got it wrong, and she has doubled your money to £10,000. The next question, the green question, is worth £25,000. You've still got, of course, your shot in the dark and SOS. Let's look at the question. Here it is. In which state was President Kennedy when he was assassinated in 1963?
Well, he was in a terrible state. He died.
Just a little bit too quick there. Please let me give you the 3 possible answers. Was it Texas? Was it Florida? Or was it California?
Oh, no. Sorry, Jonathan, no. I'm going to have to use me shot in the dark on this one.
Okay.
I'll go for Florida.
No! I'm afraid Florida is wrong. It was Texas, but you played your shot in the dark, which means that you lose the money and you're frozen out of the game. Okay, here's the penalty question. How many wheels does a Reliant Robin have? This question is worth £50,000. If Derek is correct, these lights will turn to gold, and he'll be answering the £100,000 question. So if you're ready for £50,000, here it is. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo?
I think I know this one, Jonathan. I think it's Ravel, or I keep thinking, it could be. Could it be? Then again, might be Rodrigo.
Well, Derek, you're right. It's definitely one of those 3.
Well, in that case, Jonathan, I'm going to have to use my old SOS, aren't I?
Yeah, I think that's probably wise. Who would you like to be your saviour tonight, Derek?
My brother, Rodney.
Okay, and where is Rodney right now?
He's at home in a flat, taking care of a bit of business.
Okay.
No. But Del said he was expecting a very important call.
Oh, bloody hell.
Hello, is that Rodney?
Yes.
Rodney, this is Jonathan Ross at the Gold Rush studio.
Oh, piss off, Mickey. You'll get Mickey here's pretending to be Jonathan Ross.
Rodney, hello, it's Jonathan Ross. We need your help.
Roddy.
Rodney, no, it is Jonathan Ross.
Good. Hi, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm just fine. I've got Derek here, and he's on £25,000.
You're kidding.
No, I'm deadly serious, but he's got a problem with the £50,000 question, and he has chosen you as his saviour. So listen carefully. You'll have 20 seconds to answer.
Now listen, Rodney.
Hold on. What's in this for me?
Now make sure you get a drink. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo?
Ravel.
How sure are you?
100%, Derek.
Good boy, Rodders.
Take it away, Del. I know my classics.
Yeah, I'll go with that. It's Ravel, John.
Okay. You know, Derek, you don't have to take his answer. You know that, don't you?
No, but he knows what he's talking about. It's Ravel.
So you don't want to change your mind?
No.
Derek? That was the wrong answer. It was Segovia.
No. Rodney said it was Ravel.
Yeah, I know he did, but he was wrong. Bad luck, Del. Sorry.
He's got 2 GCEs.
Derek, you've used up all your options. You've lost all your money. I'm afraid you're frozen out of the game. Janice, join me on the Rainbow Road. Now, here's your pound. No one goes home from this game empty-handed. We'll get straight on with the first question, which is...
I was so certain it was Ravel.
Roddy, you did your best.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? And Del was okay, wasn't he?
Yeah, till he kicked the podium over.
No, I think that was just an accident.
No, he kicked it, it fell over. Jonathan Ross had to pick it up.
All right?
Yeah, you?
Where's Del?
I haven't a clue, Rodney. At the end of the show, he disappeared. He just went off into the night and abandoned his child and his wife, his significant other, in an area of London we've never been in before.
Oh, thank Christ.
Thankfully, the studio paid for a cab home. I'm going to make a coffee. Raquel, don't. We're friends.
God, don't know why my dad didn't use Trigger as his SOS.
Because Trigger wouldn't have had a clue.
Oh, yeah, and he was spot on, weren't he?
What the hell happened to you?
I went out.
Oh, good. Long as I know.
What? How's your evening been, Rodney?
Not very good, to be honest.
Bloody snap!
Del, I'm sorry. I could have sworn it was Ravel, and so could Cassandra, couldn't you?
Yes, I could.
Well, you're both a pair of dipsticks then, aren't you? Hey, you're never going to borrow my Capri ever again, you.
Oh, right. Well, that bone marrow, right, you forget it.
I mean, everyone knows that Ravel makes shoes.
What? Shoes?
The shoes! It was a trick question and you fell for it.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry. Still, at least you won £1.
£1? Yeah, that wasn't even enough of a bus fare home, was it, eh? Anyway, I went out to some clubs after the show to drown my sorrows, and I was in this one particular club, and I was talking to this laptop salesman, and even he said it wasn't Ravel. Would you like a drink, darling?
No.
Okay, fine. There you are. So now you've done him upset. You stay here and...
You know, for the rest of my life, getting that question wrong in front of my family, my friends, well, the entire British nation, is going to be the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me.
Russell Crowe?
Or maybe not. Hello? Yes, Can I ask who's calling, please? Bill. It's the producer of Gold Rush. He wants to talk to you.
Oh, no, what's he want? I bet it's about that podium. I bet someone has damaged it now, haven't they? I'll speak to him. Hello? Yes, this is Derek Trotter. What? No. Shit, there's been a mistake. It was Ravel.
No. I knew I was right.
Yeah, he said I could take the £50,000 and go back on the show.
Yes!
Oh, have a day off, will you lot? Who do you think this is? Look, you can hear the jukebox in the pub.
Bloody Nicky Pitt, I'm going to murder you.
No, get in the back of the queue. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll tell you what we would like you to do. Give all the money to charity. Yeah? And if you phone here once again, I'm going to come down there and kick your ass into shredded duck. Goodbye. See? That's it.
Jonathan, you said give the 50 grand to charity.
think we are, eh? We're the Trotters, and we're back.